The US is losing an information war to alternative media outlets, including RT. That's the message from Hillary Clinton to Congress members who are questioning the State Department's $47 billion budget request for next year. And as RT's Gani Chichikhan reports now, the US Secretary of State says Washington needs to step up its propaganda efforts.
War declared. The U.S. is now officially in an information battle with foreign media, which provide alternative views on world news, views which often run in contrast to the coverage of events by the U.S. mainstream media.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war. I'll be very blunt in my assessment. Al Jazeera is winning. The Chinese have opened up a global English language and multi-language television network. The Russians have opened up an English language network. I've seen it in a few countries, and it's quite instructive. We are cutting back. The BBC is cutting back.
Some 5 years ago, Western media outlets, including BBC and CNN, had a near monopoly in the coverage of world news. Things have changed since then. More and more viewers across the world tune into various foreign media to get a fresh take on events.
Clearly, the United States feels on the defensive, in part because it can no longer monopolize not only the terms of, authority in these countries, but also the terms of the debate. There's other information out there. There are other points of view. And those points of view are profoundly damaging to a country that believes that its point of view is the only point of view, or should be the only point of view.
RT presence on YouTube is one example. Almost 300 million views, as opposed to CNN that has around 3 million. RT's constantly growing audience is already an indication to many that the days of media monopoly are over, and people demand a multipolar approach to news.
There's no real commitment to the kind of freedom of diverse speech that we really need if we're going to be in a democracy at home and in a community of nations overseas.
To many, Hillary Clinton's speech a few weeks ago on freedom of internet seemed contradictory to the treatment that sources like WikiLeaks are getting. U.S. legislators are now crafting a law that would give the administration increased flexibility to go after WikiLeaks and the likes. And now the administration is seeking more funding to step up U.S. propaganda efforts abroad.
During the Cold War, we did a great job in getting America's message out. After the Berlin Wall fell, we said, okay, fine, enough of that. We've done it, we're done. And unfortunately, we are paying a big price for it.
Last year, the head of the agency that manages the U.S. government-run Air National Broadcasting asked for more money for his department.
We can't allow ourselves to be outcommunicated by our enemies.
The list of enemies included Russia, China, Iran, and Venezuela. Walter Isaacson, the head of the agency, which runs Voice of America among other media outlets, later backtracked on this statement. Isaacson's pitch for more funding seemed even more unconvincing, considering his agency has a budget of $750 million. And it's way more than the budget of RT, Iran's Press TV, and Venezuela's Telesur combined.
Probably money alone can't provide global media clout. Walter Isaacson's speech last year sent quite a hostile message to foreign media, exposing shortcomings in the U.S. mainstream. But Secretary Clinton's statement made it official. The U.S. is fighting a global information war, and it's losing. I'm Gani Chichikhan reporting from Washington.